find the nature of the roots. Find the nature of the roots of the following quadratic equations. If the real roots exist, find them. I have shortened the question. It's the same thing. They are asking to find the nature of the roots of the quadratic equations. We have to find the nature of the roots. Exercise 4.3. Question 1 and problem 1. It is 2x square minus 3x plus 5 equal to 0. So comparing with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. What is ax plus square plus bx plus c equal to 0? It is the standard form of a quadratic equation. So if we compare these two, what do we have? A is 2, B is minus 3, C is plus 5 or 5. Discriminant. We have to find the discriminant. Why? Because discriminant will tell you the nature of the root. Discriminant is equal to b square minus 4ac. What is b square? Minus 3 square. Minus 4a is 2, c is 5. Three into 3, 9, minus minus plus. How much? 40. So we get minus 31. So what does it mean? If the discriminant is a negative number, so what does it imply? Since the discriminant is negative, the equation has how many real roots? No real roots. If the discriminant is a negative number, then the equation cannot have real roots. Remember this, discriminant is less than 0, negative number, it's a negative number, so the equation cannot have a real root. That is your answer. Problem number 2. 3x square 4 root 3x plus 4 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Again, comparing with x square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Why we are comparing? Because this is the standard form of a quadratic equation. Since this is also a quadratic equation, we can compare. So if we compare, what do we get? A is 3, B is minus 4 root over 3, C is 4. Now this creamy exponent b square minus 4ac. So b square is minus 4 square root over 3 whole square minus 4. What is a? 3. 4 is 4. Minus 4 root over 3 whole square. Minus 4 into minus 4, 16. And root over 3 whole square is 3 minus 48. 48 minus 48 equal to 0. Now if the discriminant is 0, what does it imply? Since this is 0, the equation has real and equal roots. Okay, real roots and both are equal. It will have two roots, both are real and equal roots. D is equal to 0, like this. Discriminant is 0, so the equation will have real and equal roots. So that is your answer. In the last question, problem number 3, 2x square minus 6x plus 3 equal to 0. Again, comparing with x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. What do we have? A is equal to 2. What is b? B is equal to minus 6. And c is equal to 3. Hence, discriminant is b square minus 4ac. What is b square? Minus 6 whole square minus 4 into a into c. A into c. Minus 6 whole square, 36, 24. How much? 2, 1. So what is the conclusion? 3, 6 minus 4, 2, 3 minus, yes. So what is the conclusion here? The conclusion is that since discriminant is greater than 0, the equation has real roots and they are distinct. So the equation will have real roots, 2 roots at the most, and both the roots are real and distinct, and that is your answer if d is greater than 0. So the 3 questions, the 3 problems in question number 1, these were given to test the different natures of quadratic equations. Like when d is greater than 0, what will be the nature of the roots? And if d is equal to 0 and d is less than 0. So what will be the nature of roots? Here it will be real and distinct. Here just to recap it, real and distinct, real and equal. If d is equal to 0, then both are real and equal, and if d is less than 0, no real roots. In earlier class we discussed about it. If d is greater than 0, then the roots are real and distinct. Both the roots are real and distinct. If it is 0, then both the roots are equal, real and equal. And if d is less than 0, then no real roots. The first problem was where the discriminant was negative. So the first problem, the discriminant was negative, so no real root. The second problem was discriminant was 0, so equal and real roots. And the third problem, discriminant is greater than 0, so real and distinct. So we show examples of all three use cases. Now I will give you some more examples so you can practice these problems yourselves. Same question, you have to find the nature of the roots. The problems are x square minus 4x plus 5 equal to 0. Number 2, 3x square plus 5x plus 2 equal to 0. Number 3, 2x square minus 7x plus 7 is equal to 0. Number 4, 5x square minus 2 root over 5x plus 1 equal to 0. And number 5, 5x square minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. So these are some additional problems. You can try to solve them yourself. Find the nature of the roots. You have to try and find the nature of the roots of these equations yourselves. And one more thing, like when we solved the problems earlier, I did it elaborately, means step by step. We wrote that we are comparing the equation with like this. Let me show you. Comparing with bx plus c is equal to 0, etc., etc. And we solved it in detailed manner. Then we found the discriminant equal to b square minus 4ac, and then found out the value, and then decided whether the roots are real or not real, or real and decided whether roots are real or not real. So but this type of explanation is needed only when the mark given to the question is more than say 2 or 3. If 3 marks given, 2 marks given, or 3 marks given, usually it is not given. Usually it is very, very short type questions are given. But if you find that higher marks are given to the questions, then you can solve elaborately like this. If it is not elaborate, if it is 1 mark question, then you can do the comparison and then finding discriminant on the rough. Okay, and then just finally write the answer. You don't have to elaborate like this in your exam khata. Okay. You can directly write the answer, whether the roots are real or not. You don't have to write all this stuff. But if the marks are 3 or 4, something like that, then you have to elaborate like this. It depends on the mark attributed to the question. So let us stop for today. In the next class, we will continue exercise 4.3.